with that, I'm going to go ahead and hit play, and let's check out Dig Up Her Bones by the Misfits.
Let's do it.
Have you ever seen that old movie that their logo is, that the skull guy, the Fiend, or whatever he's called, is from?
I've never, no. I do remember, like, they kind of like...
The Crimson Ghost, I think is
what
it's
the Crimson,
called.
Yeah, there we go. That was the movie.
Oh, it sucks. There's our boy, Graves. Look how young he looks.
Yeah, he looks like David Havoc from AF5.
Oh, yeah. Everybody's
like
jacked
that,
in the band.
Everyone had like that parted sideways hair, then like Skrillex brought back in the early 2000s, late 2000s.
Oh yeah. Everybody else has the what I call the front-facing ponytail in their face.
Yeah.
Become your world anytime, anywhere. I do love this song though.
It is pretty good. Okay,
I always wanted to see the Misfits, man. They just don't come anywhere accessible. It's always New York or Vegas or LA. Mm-hmm. Like, dudes, do a fucking tour.
Cool, man. Play only major markets, bro.
Do a fucking tour, dude.
I mean, yeah, these guys only play major markets, and you have Kiss who play like fucking Des Moines, Iowa.
Well, Danzig came here alone on his solo tour, so I know he can make the trip.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he probably...
Why can't Jerry Only round up 2 other musicians? As long as you got Danzig and Jerry, they can call it the original Misfits. I think Doyle's back now, though, too.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much like mostly reunited. Last I remember.
Who's the drummer on the reunion tour?
Oh, let's look at the
Dr. Chud.
Currently, yeah, so Danzig, Doyle, Jerry Only, Dave Lombardo, and AC Slade.
Okay.
So Dave Lombardo is their current drummer right now, and AC Slade have a rhythm guitarist. They have 5 now.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go, folks. Dig Up Her Bones. What do you think about it, Chris? Is it an epic music video?
Man. I think it was a pretty cool music video. My only gripe with it was like Graves just like, I don't know if it was like live footage of him like singing the song live, but he seemed like so fucking disinterested at points. Just like, it feels like he's just talking into a camera while singing the song. And then like the rest of the footage is fucking cool. It's like all live footage.
Well,
that was just my thing. I was like, I don't know. At least to me, it looked like, I don't know what the fuck was going on there. She's like talking like this and like so like.
Why was no? Did you notice he's the only one that's actually showed up for filming extra shit? Everybody else just kind of seems to be in the live footage.
That could be too, yeah. Maybe he wanted to do more shit. I don't know.
Maybe he was the only one that showed up that day, and he was pissed off about it.
Could be.
I don't know.
We're gonna if we fast forward a little bit, we're gonna do a Quentin Tarantino. I'm gonna give you guys whiplash because I'm gonna throw you way ahead, then I'm gonna pull you way back again. Rick Dunsford gets sued back.
That's why she likes it.
That's the way all of your mothers like it out there. Guns N' Roses sues Rick Dunsford and then bans him for life from all of their concerts. Now let's flip all the way back to the Misfits sues Rick Dunsford. Now let's fast forward to 2008, 2 years later, and Rick Dunsford shows up at a Misfits concert, and things went a little bit differently at that show than it did when Guns N' Roses kicked you out.
Yeah, because I'm the reason why the Misfits came to town. It was in Columbus, Mississippi, man. I was one of the partners with it to bring them in because honestly, I wanted to see the Misfits, and they were not coming nowhere near me. And this was kind of a time where me and Michael had a break from each other.
Yeah.
And I remember when the Misfits came into town, I have sound check videos. They might be private right now. I have to set them to public, but it was cool meeting them, watching sound check, and getting pictures and hanging out with them. And it was really nothing said about. We didn't really talk about anything like, with the former members or anything like that. But I remember Jerry Only was a super cool dude, super nice man. And whenever they were during the show, there was like a large gap in between the rail and the stage because it was an old theater. And so I was kind of down there, like right there where some of the crew was, right there at the stage. And during Dig Up for Bones, it's one of my favorite songs, and it's one of the few Graves era songs they played. I was real excited, jumping up and down, and then Jerry Only pulled me up on stage and let me sing it with them on that. And
nice.
And I did 138 with them.
That's really cool. What do you think is
cool?
What do you think is their staple song? Like, if they had one big, huge hit, is that Dig Up Her Bones, or would you say that's maybe Scream or Bullet or Where Eagles Dare? What do you think
depends.
is?
Well, it's gonna be a Danzig track.
Yeah.
I mean, like Die Die My Darling. Die Die My Darling is probably going to be I would say probably their signature track. It's because then Metallica cover it. That's the one they always would end shows with. So that's pretty much their Welcome to the Jungle or whatever.
Did they play Last Caress at every show? In Green Hell?
The Misfits.
Yeah.
Yeah. They play a lot of them. But during that time, Jerry Only was like changing some of the lyrics to be a little bit more friendly, because Danzig had a lot of darker lyrics.
Yeah.
And Jerry Only would just want to add a little bit of a positivity to the song and mess it up. Man, well, we're not coming because we're not supposed to be happy, man. We're supposed to be angry.
Yeah.
And Jerry Only's like, well, let's just paint this up. Let's change those lyrics to the song and turn it into a children's happy song, man. It's funny, man. It's ridiculous.
There was a reason that we got as far as we did, and it was obviously because of great writing, a great recording, and all the other things. But it was also because we were so great together, like a great hockey team or a great football team. We could read each other, and we can feel each other in slow motion and play faster than anybody on the planet, and keep it together, go supersonic. And we were able to do that all together. And we were powerful, and we were by far the most, like physical band. We even just watching the way that Doyle plays still, times that by a lot. And we had that. And I think that crowds want to see that. The fans want to see that. They should see that. I sign, I go overseas, man, and I sign Famous Monsters and American Psycho CDs and Misfit stuff all day long, which is fine. I fly the flag of the Misfits. I'm so proud of it. I love the music, and I love being like a diplomat, like not a representative. I don't want to get fucking sued, but I'm proud of the band. I'm proud of what we accomplished.
You weren't even trying to get in that band. Is that the story I heard? I believe
the opportunity just came out of the blue. I randomly picked Bobby Aleka's studio just out of the newspaper, the studio that I was in, and the dude was like, there's this band, they're looking for a singer. I was just I was in this other band called Mopes, and we were awesome. We were like Jane's Addiction-y, kind of like Pearl Jam-y, Nirvana, Toolish. We made great music, great musicians. And we were cutting a demo, and I was tasked with picking the studio for whatever reasons. And someone was like, just pick someone that has like the biggest ad in the newspaper, because they care about their their studio because they're spending money on advertising. So I just was just like, all right, this one, it's in Lodi. And so I just randomly picked the studio and then hooked up with Jerry Only and auditioned.
That's wild, man, how that happens.
When you pull the story out more, it gets even wilder, because I auditioned and nothing happened. And then, I kept on going back, and I would rehearse with them, and I would work, rehearse and work out, musically work out with them, do the songs, run through like every song in the catalog. We could play it all. You just name it, boom, we can go 1, 2, 3, go. And I did that for a long time, and that went through like people showing up and getting their auditions recorded, and newspaper articles and ads for people. And Glenn was going to come back, and Dave Vanian was going to sing for the band. And then Halloween was getting closer. Like October was coming up. Typo Negative reached out to the band and said that they had sold out Roseland Ballroom. And they're like, why don't you guys come out for the encore, reintroduce the band, boom, Halloween, boom. And they're like, all right, that's a great idea, but we don't have a singer. So they asked Pete Steele, and Pete Steele said, I'll do it, but I don't know any of the songs. So the Misfits called me, and they said, Michael, will you come to Brooklyn and teach Pete Steele these songs? And I'm like, yes. Huge Typo Negative fan, dude. Like at this point, like huge, even before in the Misfits. Like I saw Typo Negative. Oh my God. I saw Typo Negative with like Biohazard, Life of Agony, Sick, like the whole Brooklyn scene, oh my God. So I'm like, yeah, I'll teach Pete Steele these songs. No problem. So we go to Brooklyn and we start playing these songs. I'm teaching Pete the songs, and he stops the rehearsal. He's like, this is your guy. This is your singer. Nobody sings these songs better than him. Are you kidding me? And everyone was like, oh my God, that's a great idea. And then suddenly it was like, all right, let's put Michael on stage as the singer.
There's one thing I've noticed too about the Misfits. If you look at Doyle and then you look at Jerry Only, everybody is pretty buff. Did you ever go to the gym with these dudes and like?
Oh man, we worked out constantly. I worked out constantly with Doyle. Not constantly, but Doyle took me under his wing and would work out with me and show me different things and motivate me and make sure I was putting my shoulders back. He was like, he was the guy. Obviously I worked out with Jerry too, but we treated our bodies like, when I got into that band and we started going, I knew, and we knew collectively, and especially with Doyle's mindset and Jerry's mindset, the way that we wanted to play, we knew that, and I knew that I couldn't get to where I wanted to be as far as a performer unless I treated my body, my mind, and my body like a performer, like an athlete. And so we watched what we ate. We took in mass amounts of proteins and vitamins and minerals and supplements, and we worked out. That's why when you saw us on stage, you were like, oh my God, like what the fuck are these guys doing? Because we were able to be so dynamic, and so I don't know the word that I'm looking for, just like powerful. Like when you watch us, it was powerful because we were strong and we were going so hard, but we were playing so technically awesome. I mean, there were nights where we were all fucking all over the place. But there were nights, man, where it was just like, holy shit. And really loud. It's one of the things that the Misfits don't get credit for, that they should. Not in a good way necessarily. They were one of the loudest guys on the, but you thought Lemmy would listen to those speakers and go, oh my God, it's fucking loud. So at the end of Shining, the word I'm saying is pain. Pain. That kind of sums it up. There was just there was just how much pain, like physically. There was always something, because again, we played so hard. These were the days where there wasn't barricades, so there were people jumping into you, diving into you. Sometimes I'd, maybe fall off the stage a bit. Yeah, and from working out and from jumping and freaking out on stage. Yeah, it hurt. It was like being a hockey player for real.
When you guys showed up in WCW then for that little run in the wrestling period there, did that help you kind of click with some of those guys a little bit better to
totally
fit in?
Yeah, totally. That's why it was a very natural fit. For me, I totally got what was happening, and not necessarily the lifestyle, but I respected that these guys were indeed athletes, collegiate athletes, professional athletes, whether they were, football players or whatever. These guys were athletes, fighters. We did it differently. We were musicians. I knew that I was a musician. I certainly wasn't an athlete. Like, I was on a different sort of field. But I definitely, for me, I respected it and I understood it, and I was very excited by it.
Was there any kind of caution that was put into place to keep you guys safe while you were having that run? Because wrestling, you'd be surprised. No. So
no.
You broke something, you still got to play tomorrow night. And
yeah, absolutely, 100%. And since I was like the little guy and like to learn, the only way to learn is to do it. So it's like, all right, now we're gonna hit you with a fucking metal chair. I'm gonna lift you up over my head, throw you into the middle of the ring. I'm like, come on, what? No, do it to him.
I'd rather do the table. That ring is stiff. Like, people don't realize that. They think it's like,
I wanted to be the lead singer of the band. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't. I was excited about WCW at first and making appearances and stuff like that. But then when it started to get to be like, all right, wait, we're gonna be wrestlers? Like, didn't we just get over the like everybody, freaking out because I wanted to be the hockey player? Like, what are we doing right now? Like, I'm not. I have fun. I started to learn. I was working out, and obviously I had to get even bigger for WCW, so I was in great shape. But I was like, we're a band, y'all. What are we doing?
Didn't something happen with Dr. Death and you guys? Didn't Dr. Death, Steve Williams, like take some liberties with you guys at one point?
Well, not with me, man. Like I said, I respected everybody. That beef was him and Jerry. Like, Jerry went hard. Jerry wanted to compete and he wanted to be, like a wrestler. So Dr. Death, well, I guess he would have beef with me because in that cage match, like, I have one of the biggest live TV fails ever. All I had to do was go up to the gate and put the lock on, like lock them in the cage. And then as I was watching the match on live television, this is happening. I'm watching this match and I'm like, I don't know if this is going good. Like, it went bad. It was very stiff. And then Dr. Death, I think, was so frustrated at everything going wrong that he just started, I guess, beating on Jerry. I don't know. But when it came time for me to go and lock the gate, I couldn't remember what I was supposed to do. And all I remember is just not being able to think. And so I went up to try to lock it, and I was just like, you could see it on video. I'm just like, fuck it. And I walk away, and I don't lock the cage. Dr. Death, then you could see him. He comes to the gate, and he opens it up, and he goes, like, shit. Like, that's the whole thing. You can't get out of the cage. You have to climb to the top. And I screwed it up on live television. So I guess that just pissed Dr. Death off. And he just went and, like, he took Jerry and he threw him through the gate. And it busted Jerry's head open. And I remember walking back to, like, backstage that night and just following the drops of blood from Jerry's head.
That's fucked up, though, man. Like,
but this is a highly competitive, like, you're in the NFL at this point, like the NFL of wrestling. It's highly competitive. Okay. Dr. Death. He was a Letterman athlete, like a football player. He was a fucking athlete, this guy. And like, he got to where he was in that company from a lot of sacrifice and a lot of hard work. We just showed up.
Yeah.
And Jerry starts going like, I'm a wrestler, I want the belt. And I'm like, what? You know, for me, I was just like, I just want to sing in a band. I love Jim Morrison, you know.
Yeah. That's
You
understandable.
know, Purple Rain's one of my favorite songs. I got no beef with anybody. I just have fun.
While we're on the topic, let me ask you about this. So I heard a story once that Randy Savage showed up drunk to a Misfits concert.
It's true, because his girl at the time, or his partner at the time, and
George
and his partner's sister, I was dating, Gorgeous George's sister. So they came out to that show that that we were playing, and the way that I understand it was that they had an engagement with Macho Man that they blew off. I guess they blew it off or something, and whatever. Macho Man showed up and he was not happy at all. He was not happy, and there was fights backstage with the girls and Savage, and he was drinking 2 beers at once. And the story goes, at the end of the night, and like as we were playing, I remember like us playing, like rocking out on stage and looking over to the left and seeing Macho Man on the side of the stage, and he had 2 beers. Yeah, he had 2 beers, and you know, and the girls are over there, and they're, you know, they're arguing, and it's real like Housewives, you know, that show like Housewives, when they like people are freaking out. It's real like that, man. And we know that that's going on, but we got to keep playing. Got backstage after the show, and everybody cleared out because they didn't want to mess with Macho Man. And so I don't know why. It wasn't because I was brave. Like, this isn't a story about courage. I mean, it might be a story about stupidity. I hung behind, you know, and Macho Man was there, and it was me and Matt from GWAR, and like we're 2 of the smallest dudes on tour. You know, I'm big, but I'm not that big. You know, Dave Grock, you know, he was bigger than me. Brocky. So Randy, Macho Man comes up to me, he goes, "Where's Dooley?" And I'm like, I was so scared. I go, "Mr. Man, I don't know where anybody went. I don't know what is happening right now. I just pled ignorance, dude. I was just like, look, I don't want any trouble. I don't want to get hurt. Just want peace in the world, you know." And Matt's next to me going, "Yeah, yup." And Savage is like pissed, man. He's like, "I want to know where everybody went." And meanwhile, I can see security at the back gate, and nobody wants to fuck with Macho Man. Like, nobody. Like, I'm just waiting for someone to intervene. You know, and he's doing all the thing, and he's all red, and it's like, it's for real though.
Yeah,
for real. You know, and I was just like, "Oh, Macho Man, please, you know, I don't know anything, you know, I don't know what's going on."
that must have been a wild night. So what happened when you guys left WCW? Was it just the time was over and the contract was over and everything?
WCW was coming apart. It was at the end of the company's life. It's when WWE
bought them out.
Yeah. So it was at the end of the company's life. So there were people getting axed, and it just wasn't working out. It just wasn't working out. The original idea, the original concept, which I was very excited about. And if there are any wrestling people out there that want to hire me to do it, it's a great idea. So what I wanted to do with the WCW, and what we were working to do, what I thought we were working to do, was incorporate some of the storylines into songs and extend them out with video, like video bits that you would watch that were music videos, but they were enhancing the broadcast. They were actually part of the story. Almost like remember like the old time cartoons like He-Man and G.I. Joe? They would sometimes have these like musical like sort of interludes with all this fucking action.
Oh, that'd be cool.
And so like that was the concept that I wanted to develop, that I was hoping to develop with the Misfits and the WCW, and then extend it out and get other musicians involved. Some of the wrestlers themselves were musicians, and add a musical element into it, right? If you only see like 4 or 5 minutes of or a couple of excerpts from a video, you can then go to WCW.com and watch the rest of the video that you haven't seen, and there could be all sorts of exclusive content. It was a great concept, but then people wanted to win championship belts and stuff, and
it just didn't
I don't think I was a very good wrestler.
Oh man. So after you left the Misfits, was there a transition period where you thought maybe your time in the music industry was over and you might want to do something else?
It's always been that question. Maybe I won't fuck with music anymore. Once I got into the Misfits and it started to get it's almost like, when you have a dream and you wake and you kind of all of a sudden sort of become conscious in a dream that you're having a dream. You're like, oh shit, wait a second, I'm dreaming. And there's this level of consciousness that you hit, right? Not everybody, but probably most people understand that feeling. Like when you wake up in a dream, you're like, and you realize, oh shit, I'm dreaming. That was sort of the feeling in the Misfits. Like, oh shit, like I'm in the dream. Like I did it. I'm in this dream. But when you have those dreams, when I had those dreams as a young person, I didn't attack, but the way that I saw it and the emotions that I had when I experienced looking forward into the future in the dreams were not the same emotions that I was having while in the dream itself. And there's factors that go into that. Things that were happening in my private life, with my family, with friends, with relationships that I was having. It wasn't making me happy, right? Not that it wasn't making me feel good, because there were lots of things that were making me feel good, but I wasn't happy. I couldn't define what happiness was, even though if looking back on it, hindsight's 2020. Like, oh my God, as my dad would say, I had the world by the balls. I really did. But I was out of control. Like we said at the beginning of this conversation, I was 20 something years old, man. I was out of my mind before I even got in the band like that. Then all of a sudden, like I'm talking to Marilyn Manson and the guys from Metallica, James Hetfield's coming up to me like, hey man, can I sing Last Caress with you tonight, man? And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? It's like a world like that. Like, hey, let's go to the Howard Stern party. Like, but there was nobody around me that was the calm in the storm. There was nobody around me saying, hey man, listen, you got a good thing. We have to think 5 years, 10 years. We got to keep this on the tracks. We got to think about the professional things. For me, again, like I was all emotions, and there was just nobody that was able to get all of us together and give that rah moment.
Yeah, and get you guys on the same page.
Yeah, for me, it was just like what the messages that I was getting from the higher ups, if you will, was, hey man, there's a lot of guys behind you that would love to be in your spot. And I was just like, all right, well, I'll just go fucking blow my brains out. See you later.
Yeah, that's rough, man, because that don't really motivate anybody. It's like, all right, I have to fucking go at it, I guess. I don't know what the fuck to tell you.
Sure. I'm the guy that wrote American Psycho. You know what I'm saying? I was Famous Monsters. Like I wrote that stuff. I was a huge part of the success of that band. I was a huge part of why it was successful coming out of the Resurrection years, to literally resurrect that music at a time where, this is pre-internet. There were a lot of there was like the resurgence of punk and the questioning of what is punk, what isn't. Is Nirvana punk? Is Green Day punk? And are these bands just cashing in? So that we had to jump that shark and come back with Glenn, the music of the original Misfits, but then somehow set ourselves apart and make relevant music to the times, to make us a relevant band. And I did that. We did that, much to, my addition to what we were doing.
So we're finally getting something with Duff McKagan. Is this our first Duff song? I think it is.
Yeah, this is our first like song with Duff on like lead vocals. I'd say he's probably done some backing vocals, but this is first on lead. I think we've done so far in this podcast.
Yeah, because I mean, I think I talked about it last week. I've been wanting to hear a Duff song for a little while, so I guess we kind of compromised. Yeah,
we got one here for sure.
Yeah,
in a sense, Duff, punk rock, McKagan is at it again.
Oh, damn right. And he actually, since this song went away for quite a while, it went away with Duff pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And then it came back as been a regular staple of the Not in This Lifetime tour.
Yeah, I checked the Setlist FM, shout out, and it's been played 244 times live.
Damn, that's like 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's like one of the top 20 most played songs live of like most GNR set lists.
Yeah. Oh, man. Let's get back into it.
Yep.
I sing along with this one. I'm sorry. I thought I turned the mic off.
It's all good. Sing till your lungs give out.
I love this song. I'm a big Misfits fan, though. I really like the Misfits. So
it's not a bad song. It's just like I think like we had like with a lot of like GNR fans, we have like this like live set fatigue where you just hear this so many times. You're just like sing some new shit just for a little while.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad this is a staple because of the way they approach it live, where he does like the first verse or whatever. If you can't put your arms around a memory, and then it goes into attitude, because I mean it fleshes it out into a proper song, And I think they extend the guitar. They do extend the guitar solo because then Duff goes like 1 2 1 2 1 2 fuck you,
Yeah, because then Slash has to do like a 27-minute solo. So.
During Duff's solo.
Yeah, dude, I remember I went to see Slash, Miles Kennedy them last July, and like there's like one of the songs near the end, the dude's just like shredding a solo for 15 minutes. I'm like, wrap
Anastasia?
It up.
Was that during
No, it was a
Anastasia?
bit before that. No, Anastasia's like his encore. I remember. It was like a couple songs before the last one. When they were doing like band introductions. And it's just like Slash shredding for 15 minutes. I'm like, it's nice, but like, I think it's like, it's a little much. I was like fucking starting to yawn. I was like, wrap it up.
There's no need, and even when they do it live, there's no need for the guitar solo in Rocket Queen to be 15 minutes long.
Yeah, to me, it just sounds like, it looks like you're a fucking egomaniac.
Well, there's good reason for that.
To a sense. Yeah, I was going to say, this is a band of egos.
Before we get into the guitar solo, let's talk some more about Attitude. Let's get into some factoids, factorinos.
Yeah, man. I got some. You got some.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
This song was originally recorded in 1978 and was to be released in the 70s, but it's from the album Static Age by the Misfits, which it came out before then. It was included on one of the B-sides of the single Bullet, and a couple of compilation albums, and I'm sure it appears on other things for the Misfits eventually because it's too good of a song for just sit on the shelf for that long. But not a lot of people know this, but the Misfits' original debut album was called Static Age, was recorded and everything in the 70s, and did not release in its entirety until 1996. So take that, Chinese democracy.
Yeah, holy shit.
It's an interesting, and this is one of the first songs with the Misfits version. It features Glenn Danzig on vocals.
Jerry Only on bass, Franchi Coma on guitar, and Mr. Jim on drums. So the original Misfits. I know Franchi is not his name. It's like Francais or some shit like that, but that's not even the lineup I know of that band. That band's changed lineups more than fucking Guns N' Roses has.
Yeah, shit.
Like they got back together, after the GNR tour reunion, and everybody was like, shit, we all start reuniting, we can make some money, which, I mean, it's been a good time for reunions in that aspect. But trying to figure out who wrote this, who gets credit for writing. Glenn Danzig gets credit for writing the song.
This is Danzig's song.
Nice. Danzig is an underappreciated artist, I think. He's got so many good songs, both the Misfits and solo.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Anyway, let's get in this guitar solo. Like we mentioned, that solo is a little bit longer when you're live. Slightly. There it is. We did it.
Attitude.
Attitude. What you got's fucking attitude. I'm going to record a bluegrass cover to that. That's going to have that whole guitar riff on a banjo.
A lot of southern twang, that's for sure.
Attitude. It's about putting a woman in her place, so I guess that would make a good country song.
Jesus. I thought the song was a little from a different viewpoint than that, but sure.
Well, the lyrics are literally, inside your feeble mind there's probably a whore, and if you don't shut your mouth you're going to feel the floor.
Yeah, maybe it's like a parent scolding their child. Don't give me attitude, I'll kick your ass, kid.
No, this is about he's smacking a woman in this song. I could tell. Let's see.
Maybe smacking something else, I don't know.
Maybe she likes
Could be. Yeah, smacking women, smacking his meat, I don't know.
Well, if that's giving you some attitude, you got some problems, buddy.
That's they call that the 5-knuckle shuffle.
The devil's handshake.
Yes. John Cena knows, ask him.
Sweat spaghetti.
Yep.
Oh man, I used to have a million of those. The sinful game of tug of war. You got anything you want to add before we move on and spin the wheel?
I got a few attitudinal facts about attitude. So it is one of the shortest songs the shortest song on the Spaghetti Incident. One of the shortest GNR songs, which we did some research before this, actually tied in length with My World. Yeah. So they're both the shortest GNR songs in history so far.
In length, not quality.
Yes. This is also, Attitude was on Rolling Stone's 15 Great Misfits Covers list.
Nice.
Along with the likes of covers from Metallica and like many other bands.
It's such a fun song to sing.
Yeah, it's simple. Simple lyrics.
It comes on, you can't help but sing along with it, man. It's so fun to sing along with and just bang your head to it.
Yeah. Just to round up the little factoids here, it's number 28 on Loudwire's ranking of all Guns N' Roses songs. Oh. And it ends up on number 62 on UltimateClassicRock.com's ranking of their GNR songs.
Nice. Speaking of rankings, we got to do the ratings. See, I didn't forget.
Rankings, ratings, same shit, different way.
Are we keeping up with these?
Yeah.
Are you writing these down?
Yeah, we're up to speed. Don't worry. We're up to speed. We're doing them every week now. Now it's constant.
Good.
Ebb and flow now. We're good.
Good.
Let's go first.
You want me to go first? I'm going to be generous, though. This is getting... I can't give it 5 stars, but I can get real close. I'm going to give it 4.5. This is one of my favorite Guns N' Roses songs to jam out. I listen to this regularly, so it comes up voluntarily on my playlist a lot. I fucking love this song, so it gets really high numbers for me.
Yeah, I'm a little stuck. I don't know. Do I give it? I don't know. You know what? Fuck it. I'm giving it 3. Right. Yeah, 3 attitude adjustments from John Cena out of 5.
Do, 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 do. I don't have that sound effect.